What's going on? This is Greg. Greg said it. This is gonna be my second video. It's like my part 2. This is what I really wanted to say. Woo. First, thank you for everybody here who's a supporter. You gotta always thank the supporters in life. You know who the real ones are. I know some people who are waiting for this conversation. I have some real supporters, and the proof is in the pudding. Congratulations to me. I'm so grateful. I crossed over 1,000 subscribers in record time. I've been doing this particularly right here, right before the season started. Unlike a lot of other people, and like a lot of other people, I sat on the sideline. I talked about what everybody else. I didn't hate on nobody like haters do. You know, haters are hater. But I've always said that I want to, do some things, and I've kind of encouraged other people to do it along the way, and a lot of people told me I should do it, but I didn't. And people be real with themselves. It may be a little fear, a little insecurity, whatever it is with people. I didn't do it. I should have did this at least a year ago. I was part of the Jackson State, watching everything. I watched Well Off grow to what it is, reach the people come out of nowhere, watch the pregame, everybody grow, and I didn't. I could have been in a different place, because I was following everything just like I do now. But I stepped up this year. I didn't start in the spring and all of that. I coulda, shoulda, woulda. I had a lot of things going on. I'm actually a business person, mortgage person, real estate, financing professional, right? Amongst other things. I have a marketing company. And that's who I am. And I've always respected YouTube and the value of YouTube, right? So, man, I finally stepped out there, and it's been great. So thank you all for supporting me. And on that note, this video is one of my areas that I've been talking about for a minute. The prime hate is real, you all. But we got to get down to the nitty gritty, to what's the root of this thing. Let's just be real, right? I saw some disturbing things. I saw, like you see the sign, the image that I have on this cover, this thumbnail for this video. And just the energy, like, it make you say, where does all this come from? We don't seen this for a few weeks in a row. And this guy was like, who is Colorado? Had they done anything? He was talking junk during the summer. And everybody tried to ignore it, right? Coach Prime going out, respect this guy, this, that, and that. He didn't say one negative thing about this guy. Similar to last week. He didn't say nothing negative. Like, there's some WWW, Ric Flair type mess going on. Or Hogan, like, it gets weird because he went from a comment, somebody asked about Coach Prime team. Well, you would be a fool not to recognize what Coach Prime is doing. To, like, out of nowhere yesterday, he's like, somebody asked him what it's going to take to win. Well, it's not YouTube. It won't take YouTube. And I tried to play that thing down. Like, yeah, he could be saying a lot of things. He ain't talking about Coach Prime. They shooting at Coach Prime. I said, maybe he's talking about us, like all the commentators, the know-it-alls who said they're going to win. Maybe that got up under his skin. But then, the game got started. And, these little manipulative, instigating media people showed the clip of him talking to his team before the game. And he allowed them to put it out there. He wanted them to put it out there, from what I see, because he went to saying stuff like, the Cinderella story ends here. He could say that's football, right? And then he could say, they playing for clicks. They're not playing to win. And they're all about the flash. Like, what? You sound like something real sick. Like, what's all that? You got to do that to motivate your players? It's a conference game. Some people saying these people felt disrespected because of all the circus or all the media that Coach Prime was getting, and it overshadowed them. He never hinted at it. And the jealousy thing is getting old. Coach Prime didn't shoot shots at you or your team. He keeps trying not to do that, personally. So it's really personal. Like he said, it really need to be the thing for the whole year. Because you're braggadocious on beating a 1-11 team from last year. And you playing your best game, you're acting like you won a Super Bowl or something. Like, your crowd is into it. Where does all this come from? Somebody help me out. What did he of Colorado do? You're jealous of Colorado. Let me ask you this, genius. I don't even like that word. What else was he supposed to do? He took over a losing team at the end of the season. He didn't even have a full recruiting cycle. He went from his team, from Celebration Bowl to January. And he had his own media. He has no major brand name. The school not only had a bad year, they've had bad a lot of years. They haven't done anything really consistent in a long time. He gets rid of his whole team because he didn't want the losing mentality. Y'all complain about that like it's your problem. Then he has to recruit all these players. And you're mad because he used what he had, social media. He doesn't have a big name. He doesn't have NIL money. He's fighting with less resources into what he's competing against. And you're angry. You're going to be jealous because it worked. He used what he had to get the players he needed in that short period of time. Like I said, he ain't had a full recruiting cycle yet. The teams he playing have. And then what really gets me about it is, it seems to me you're angry that he won because it went against your ego. You swore he's going to lose, and because he proved you wrong, you're the one angry. You're the one doubted him. And now you're angry because he went 3-0 instead of being 0-3, so you can pounce on him because the whole time you were holding your breath. Like I said in my other video, whether it was 1 game, 2 game, 3, 100 game. And it shows some real issues with you as a person. It's not just sports. Because what does it have to do with you? It's not even your team. It's like people is mad. They're not even real sports fans. It's not their team. And it's weird. It's weird that you want to see somebody lose so bad. Why? The first chance you get, you was waiting to pounce on it. You got to ask yourself why. What is it in it for you? His failure. What is another man's failure so important? Why is it so important to you? It's like, if I'm jealous of another man, I can't even focus on what I'm trying to do because I'm jealous of him. How do I really expect the blessing in life? How do I expect that to work out? It's not just a competition, it's personal. How do you expect to be jealous of another man's success? It's a weird thing. You want a man to lose so bad. And it's like every time he wins, you get more angry. He won again. And it's like it gets worse. And the strange thing, we've seen this in the SWAC. We've seen that. Like every time they win, they move the goalpost. He already done won more games than most of y'all said he was gonna win. Well, what about Oregon? Okay. We already knew that was gonna happen, right? We knew that. But you said he's gonna lose to everybody, not just Oregon. Right? Oregon gonna lose too. You best believe if Oregon lose their top receiver, their best player, they're gonna have some problems. It's not gonna be the same. That's what you don't realize. You want everything bad to happen to people. Is that a good thing? Like, this sports reveals a lot about people to me. It reveals a lot about people's character. Like, what triggers you? The coach said something, like you said, flashy, it is. What you care about them being flashy? You beat them on the football field like you did. But why is it bothering you? That's a personal conversation. It's a little bigger than football. Like, you got to amp your players up, but just go whoop them. And every team, I'm seeing a little tone last week, the week before, everybody, oh, they got this, they got that. That's his team. That's his persona. That's their culture. If you don't do that, what you care? What you got to prove to him? He shouldn't do it? That's what he do. He did it as an athlete. That's his draw. You really jealous on the fact that he is what, competing with you? He's competing with eyeballs. You feel he don't deserve it. Your team is not getting to go do what you need to do to get the eyeballs. You mad that he gonna take your recruits, or he's taking your recruits? Get better. it gets me that this man had that kind of pent up energy about Coach Prime and never even showed it. And then the media is like, oh yeah, this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do it behind closed doors. But it's like a man feel this way about another man, he don't even know it. That's the right thing. You got a personal vendetta against this man, talking about he want clicks, and that sounds very unmanly. Like, they don't have nothing to do with football. And it's like, why are you even using that? And, you know, they flashy. If they want to be flashy, they want to be flashy. Go whoop them on the field. But it's out of the heart, speakers. Your heart is messed up, people. This football is revealing your heart. Sports do that. Like, people say, I'm gonna bring the animal, I'm gonna be a maniac. Well, it must be in you. You don't have to be a maniac to play the sport. You don't have to be angry and violent. You know, it's just violent sport. Well, what happens when you don't play it no more? That same violence gonna be in you. It don't go away. You playing with stuff you don't even know what you're playing with, right? When you envious and jealous of somebody, you're gonna be an envious and jealous person, period. It's bigger than Coach Prime. You playing with a monster. You are a monster. If you get to the point where you go to wishing harm on people because you're their opponent or because you don't like them. I seen it in politics. People ain't did nothing to you. Personally. You might have heard they did. They may have done it. But it's just that. You would think somebody slapped your mama. You go to wishing death and all that on people. What happened when what you invite in your heart or in your life because you want to put it on somebody else, it visit you? Since I'm here, I really just want to get in the door. I'm going to take your whole family out. I'm going to take your life out. Since you for jealousy so bad, how about you reap it? Don't make me preach up in here. It ain't even Sunday yet. This ain't just talk. This real. You don't believe it? Keep doing what you're doing. It comes a point when a line is crossed. When your hate becomes hate. When you look at somebody so much, it went from a sport to a competition to, you know, you going too far. Get some therapy. Get some deliverance. How about that? You don't know what it is? Go find it. Go research it. Because it goes a little far. It always have in some instances, and that's a personal issue. But man, on the big stage with the lights, and I'm tired of him being here. 60 Minutes is here. That's his career. He came with that. He earned that. He's a freaking Hall of Famer, Super Bowl legend, NFL legend, baseball legend. It's gonna happen, fool. It's gonna happen. And whether you like it or not, him losing ain't gonna stop the media. You jealous of him? He's gonna get more media when he lose. You can't beat him. He's not going away. Your hate doesn't make him go away. You got to deal with yourself. You got to look yourself in the mirror. Why are you so worried about what another man do or another woman or whatever? You need to make it fit. People are different. People got different interests. People got different skills. People got different personalities. Who are you to tell a person how to do? You ain't got to like him. You ain't got to watch him. Why are you putting your mouth on him? See, what you're going to mess around and do is the same thing that you don't open the gateways of pits of hell to get somebody else. He's going to turn around and eat you. And it's going to be fair game. Because you down for it. You can't say you in agreement with it. It's you fair game. Your children fair game. Your mama, your daddy fair game. You cannot want harm on somebody else and then say it's unfair when harm come to you. You can't be a killer and then talk about, but you don't want to be killed. I know that from street. I know that from being around this mess. Y'all playing with fire. And then when you get burnt by the fire, you want sympathy. Quit playing with that stuff, man. You're going too far. You're going too far. You playing with a heart game that ain't gonna be a game. I guarantee you, I'm gonna tell you it's gonna come back on you. It's gonna come back on somebody because you don't want to open, you let it in. This man, I don't know what this damn Lanning guy come with all this aggression. He don't hid behind the doors, building up. Maybe he watched too much. Maybe he watched too much internet. And he come out with all this. Yeah, you supposed to hype your players up. But what you saying is how you really feel. And nobody else knew you felt that way. The man you talking about, the team you talking about, didn't know you felt that way. It's kind of cowardly to me. Because it's like you run up and steal somebody. Like, it's a football game, but nobody knew it was personal. Nobody talked about it. You had it in your heart. You the man ain't saying nothing bad about you. But you hate his guts, really? Really? And then yeah, let's get it, and they just ended here. Yeah, that was personal, man. Ain't nothing respectable about somebody who got something personal about him and sneak up on them in any aspect of life. It's supposed to be a hard-fought football game. Congratulations. But some people need to check their hearts. Don't let this football get you messed up. Some people are already messed up. You open the doors in a lot of ways. You open the doors in a lot of ways. Don't let this football get you to open up a door you ain't want to open and your behind can't close. Because if football go off, you go to bed, you go to work, you live your life, football season end and come back. In your life, you're going to have to deal with what you open up on. You're going to deal with the repercussions. You sowing and you're going to reap. Get this hate up out y'all, man. Get this jealousy up out y'all. Nothing is an excuse. Nothing is worth it. Like Coach Prime, when the boy, was getting the death threats. He did all kinds of shiesty crap. Don't hurt his star player. He said, look here, man, it's football. His own coach ain't even say that. He's too busy whining like a little whatever he is about some penalties, which his team earned. A whole nother coach had to say, leave the player alone. Chill out. Y'all going too far. That's what he said. Y'all going too far. You're sick. It's a game. And if you got a problem with it, you got the problem. You got a problem. Quit being a coward and face it. Don't get mad at the people telling you. You know who you are. You're going too far. Greg said it. Go ahead and like, subscribe, get some more truth. That's what I got it in my description. I speak the truth. I stand by the truth. Nothing but the truth. The truth will set you free. God, I'm going to tell you the truth. This football is cute, but the truth is, don't get it twisted. Y'all best go ahead and like and subscribe. Y'all better do all that. And I'll see y'all again. Talk to y'all soon.